This is the Gleaners Corporate Coffee Mornings, and my guest today is Lime's CEO Garry Sinclair. And Mr. Sinclair, I'm sure, putting aside cable theft, you must be happy about your increasing customer base. I mean, you guys are kicking butt, should we say? 140,000 new subscribers in 100 days?
Yeah.
How did you manage that?
We've been real successful in acquiring particularly prepaid mobile subscribers, and it's down to a variety of reasons. I mean, you're probably going to be talking to Carlo next, and the work that he and the marketing team have done in conveying our message of value, of superior value, I think has resonated with customers in an economy that is challenged. To be as charitable as I possibly can.
People still love the chat.
People still love to chat and they want to pay as little for it as possible. So as you know, Barbara, we launched a campaign now a couple of years ago to first of all get termination rates reduced. And I don't want to sort of go over what termination rates are, but suffice to say the lower they are, the lower we could charge customers. So we got termination rates down finally. The regulators and government cooperated with us and we got termination rates down. And as you know, we didn't hesitate to bring the cost of our voice business down. And then we continued when termination rates came down even lower to the rate they are now at $1.10 a minute.
But at the end of the day, does that translate to less revenue for you?
No, it actually translated to more revenue for us because we got the additional customers.
Okay.
So as you said, we've been doing a good job. I mean, you say 140,000 subs over the last 100 or so days or within 100 days. Yes. But in fairness, over the last 2-year period we've net added well over 350,000 subscribers.
So do you have a ceiling as to where you want to take this?
Well, yes. I mean, Carlo's mandate is to get us to 1 million subscribers. And so we're not stopping.
In what time frame?
Well, in as short a time frame as possible. We obviously have an internal idea of when we want to be there, but we want to get there as fast as we possibly can. And, a combination of our work on the ground and in communities, face-to-face with customers, engaging them in our value challenges, and always devising new value propositions for customers, not just for voice, by the way, but for data. I mean, we're seeing more and more customers now migrate towards data-enabled handsets and just, getting on the internet using their handsets in general. And that is where the next wave is going to be.
But you and your competitor keep talking around number portability.
Yes.
Don't you think that this would get you there faster too? What can you tell me about number portability? When? Any deadline by which you want to introduce number portability?
Well, so we believe number portability is going to happen this year, like the minister has promised. And you're right, Barbara. Every customer and potential customer I run into tells me all they are waiting is to be able to port their number over to our network in order to switch. So we believe that there's a throng of customers out there just waiting to be able to bring their numbers over. Is a process. We have to get some agreement on rules. We have to establish the platform that we're going to use to port these numbers between us. So we have to get RFPs out, select actual providers, agree on the rules that we're going to have amongst ourselves, then we have to do a considerable amount of testing. But we believe mobile number portability is going to land this year. And again, you're right. We think that there is a horde of customers out there just dying to come over to the network if only they could bring their number with them. So we can't wait for it, actually. And we're not talking around it. The issue was that, people just think it's something we can do at the snap of a finger. And it does take a bit of time to get done. The minister promised that it would be done this year sometime in May. It probably won't happen by May, but we think it could happen as early as December. But it's going to happen this year, and customers are going to be free now to come over to our network with their number.
Okay, this question might take longer than a minute to answer, but I still want you to try. I am a landline person. I believe in my landline as well as the cell phone. Mm-hmm. So are you guys doing anything to marry landline with internet service so that you can reach rural areas more, get more coverage out? And I know that the focus is on mobile, but...
Yeah. Glad you asked that question. Barbara, because we actually have a proposition in the market now that customers are really loving, and it does precisely that. We call it Browse and Talk. And what it is you get residential internet service with voice attached. So it's a voice and internet bundle that allows you to pay a really cost-effective flat rate, about $25 a month, about 2,500 Jamaican dollars a month. And for that, you get internet in your home, and you get $2,500 worth of voice to call internationally and on our network. And that lasts for as long as it lasts. And if you run out of voice time, then you buy a Just Talk card and top up, and you can keep talking. But it's really an internet and voice bundle package, and we cannot keep those orders out of our order queue. I mean, customers are just lining up to get this service. We've done, again, a good job through Carla and team in marketing the service. Our competitors have given us the best form of flattery by following us into this space, we believe. But it's a proposition that resonates with the average customer. Internet penetration, especially residential internet penetration, is just way too low in the country right now. It's holding us back from a development standpoint, I believe. I mean, the better connected you are, the more of us connected to the internet, the more efficient we're going to be as an economy and a country in general. And we're just not connected enough. 18 to 20% penetration is just woefully low. So our efforts at getting that penetration up are pretty much wrapped up in our Browse and Talk product, and we've got more of that kind of product to come as well. And we're going to get out into rural areas, we believe, by offering a combination of wired service and wireless service, and we're working on the ability to offer the wireless service as we speak.
Okay, well, I'll take you somewhere and introduce you to about 200 homes that are just waiting for that. Thank you so much for being my guest this morning, Mr. Sinclair.
Thank you for having me, Barbara. Appreciate it.
This is the Gleaners Corporate Coffee Mornings. My guest has been Lime's CEO, Mr. Garry Sinclair.